Hello and welcome to OZChris vs. DC's Black Label, here with a review of Harleen Book 1, one of the latest titles to come out from DC's quote-unquote mature Black Label imprint. So, Harleen Book 1, written, the story and the art and the cover, both A and B, are by Sajic. I am not comfortable saying that first name. I've heard people say it's supposed to be Steven. But I don't want to bother trying to figure it out or mispronouncing, so we're just going to say Sajic, which I'm also probably butchering as well. So this comic is a kind of a retelling of sorts of Harley's origins, going from Dr. Harleen Quinzel to meeting the Joker and eventually becoming Harley Quinn. So it starts off with a dream that Harley has. She says that every time she has this dream, well, more of a nightmare, she follows the same road, ends up seeing the same monster. But in this one, which is supposed to be a representation of her eventual going into insanity, becoming eventually Harley Quinn. In this one, instead of seeing the monster that scares her at the end, she sees that the monster is scared of an even bigger monster, which is supposed to be Batman, her representation of Batman within her nightmares. She goes to comfort her original monster, the Joker, and that led her to becoming his sidekick, Harley Quinn. But it starts off beforehand as, she's a normal person, Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She's giving a seminar about deteriorating empathy, all of that. Her work trying to fix the quote-unquote damaged. Her seminar doesn't go particularly well, but as soon as she leaves, she encounters the Joker for the first time, and he doesn't kill her. He instead leaves her, and now, as he says, she made him a promise, which is to see him every night in her dreams, in her nightmares. So he knows that he's had some sort of an impact on Harleen, and then he is captured and defeated by Batman. And this instance really hits a nerve with Harleen. So she eventually gets a job at Arkham. As the origin goes, she gets her job at Arkham, meets the Joker again, but she goes and has sessions with the various other villains, Zaz, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, all of that. But every night, after every day, she has the same nightmare of this figure, which is supposed to be the Joker, reaching out for her, and it's really messing her up. And now she's becoming more and more focused on who is the Joker, what is he, why do I keep seeing him in my nightmares every night. So she becomes transfixed with the Joker, and we all know how that eventually starts their first ever session. So the story itself, I'm gonna give it a 4 or 5. This is actually good. While it isn't particularly original, it still follows the same basis of Harley gets a job at Arkham, becomes transfixed, focused on the Joker as a patient, to which then changes into a romantic fixation with him, and then she eventually becomes Harley Quinn. It's not particularly original, but I at least found it was actually at least engaging and interesting. The art, I'm going to give a 4.5 out of 5. These first few pages of Harleen talking about her nightmare and saving the quote-unquote monster that used to haunt her, the Joker, probably my favorite pages out of this. But overall, the art in this is really, really good. It is great art. Sajic is a great artist. He's mostly known for covers, but he does do his own interior work with, I think, Sunstone is I think the comic is called. But I really would like to see more of his interior stuff. I don't see a lot of it. I think his most recent one was Justice League Odyssey, and he's only for the first half of an arc, I think it was, because he had this and then his own indie stuff as well. But yeah, overall the art in this was great. It is great art, almost beautiful in a way. And the cover, I actually got both covers. So this is cover A by Sajic, and this is cover B, which is also by Sajic. Cover A, I'll rate this one, which is the main one. Cover A, I'll give this one also a 4.5 out of 5. While it is just like the simple, just like above, from neck above shot of Harley, I think it really does capture what's going on in this book. The origin of Harley Quinn, how Harleen becomes Harley, and how Harley Quinn essentially just is her identity, the mask that she uses, and then it's cracked, and you see the original Harleen under it. So, to symbolically portray like how Harleen became Harley, something like that. So I'd give this one give this cover 4.5 out of 5. Although I will say, cover B I think is actually much better. I really actually do like cover B, even though it has really nothing to do with this book. All of these characters do appear. They do appear. Harley only really appears as Harley for like that one page in that nightmare in the first few pages. Then there's like allusions to like her eventually becoming Harley Quinn and all that. Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Riddler, they're patients at Arkham that she interviews. They do appear, but not really like this. But I will say cover B is actually much better cover. So that is it for those two. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.